Just a little bit of travel advice. You might want to stay away from Mexico for spring break. You don't want to go to the resorts down there, and the reason is because the drug cartels are effectively taking over the tourism industry. Now, you would think, logically, that the government would say, hey, wait a minute. Tourism is a primary industry in Mexico. I like to think of Mexico as having three prongs to their economy. There is tourism, there is the avocado industry, and there is drug trafficking. Okay, I'm not an economist, but that's the way I see it. And the drug traffickers, the cartels. And we'll name some of these in just a moment, but they don't have an eye on the tourist industry. They're already in it. They're taking over. And we ask the question, why doesn't the government put a stop to this? Why don't they just step in, send in troops or whatever they have to do and put an end to it? The reason is because you don't know where the drug cartels end and the government begins because of corruption. In fact, I would go so far as to say there really is not a whole lot of difference between the drug cartels and the government. Government officials are routinely bribed, paid off in Mexico, and they're happy to do it. That's the way the culture is down there. I've got an idea. You may disagree with me if you want, but I say let's keep that culture south of the border. Let's don't let it up here. I'm not anti-immigration, but I do have a problem with open borders that allows this type of criminal behavior to merge with American Western culture because it will destroy us. And it is. Example, you remember that story a couple weeks ago where the uninvited guest, as I prefer to call them so I don't upset anybody, where the uninvited guest attacked police officers in New York City. They don't respect authority. And if they're bribing government officials and police in Mexico, you know they're going to do the same thing in the United States. And I got to tell you, people up here are really not immune to corruption. And they bring the corruption here. It will permeate, I should say, basically every part of our government. The America that we knew when I grew up is gone. It's not as good now as it was then, but the America that we know today will be gone in a few years. When I'm dead and gone, I'm in my 70s. When I'm dead and gone 10, 20 years from now, we're going to live in a different country. I mean, I'm not, because I'm going to be dead. But the rest of you, younger people, you're going to be living in a country that is very different from what it is today. And you may ask yourself, what's it going to be like? It's going to be like Mexico. It's going to be like Central America. My heart goes out to refugees who are trying to get away from that nonsense. And I got to tell you, and I've said this many times before, that if I were living in Central America or Mexico and I had to put up with all that, you think I wouldn't be coming to the United States? If I had to climb over the fence to get here, I'd be one of those people. I'm not saying it's right what they're doing, but I'm saying that I understand what drives them to do it. But as they come, the way that they see the United States is they see it as ripe for picking. I'm talking about the drug cartels, drug traffickers, human traffickers. So this is a reality. Don't go to Mexico for spring break or for summer vacation or for anything, basically. And don't let them come up here, them being the drug cartels. And the only way to do that is we need to have a realistic, sane, common sense border policy. Otherwise, we're going to lose, I'd said it before, we're going to lose our country. If you got something out of this video, we encourage you to hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and share it on social media, and we'll see y'all next time.